Okay, welcome back. We're going to finish up talking about the internet now. We can't talk about the internet without talking about marketing, as that's what it's become a huge place where a lot of marketing takes place. Okay, so let's take a look at what goes on here. First of all, there's what we call content marketing. Now, what you do in this case is you're going to provide your visitor with some kind of free, valuable content. You go to a real estate site and they tell you something about real estate laws that you need to know in order to, buy a house. Okay. So they're going to give the customer some resources that can make their businesses improve or make their lives better. Okay. Then we have the personalization. Personalization is when we're going to gear our information to you specifically. We're going to add somebody's name to a marketing email. I do this all the time when I send out notes, and it's amazing how much more response you get. The research says you get 20% more response. I think you get even more than that if you put the person's name on it. It's very easy to do, and it's something that smart marketers do all the time. It also decreases people unsubscribing from your list. So people like to be personalized, so they can do this with online marketing. And marketing is a two-way dialogue now. If you go on X or if you go on, any Facebook, wherever you go, where there's advertisements, TikTok's a good example, you can actually have a conversation as the consumer with the person who's providing that service. That wasn't always the case. It was usually a one-way street. We would see an advertisement of, for Adidas tennis shoes or whatever, and we couldn't make a response. We couldn't ask a question. So now we can do a conversation. We used to use it with Twitter. Now you do the same thing with X. These conversations end up providing much more information for the consumers, and it also leads to more personal relationship. So those are three. Those aren't the only, but those are three things that are going on here on the online marketing. Now, what do people buy when they go online? And this is just a list of some of the things that people buy. The most popular thing is clothes. And now that some of the companies say, we'll give you free returns, clothes has got even more popular. Shoes is another one, which is a part of clothes, I suppose. But this shows you percentages of when people go online, they buy stuff. What percentage of people buy these things? So a lot of people buy clothes, they buy shoes, bags, cosmetics, pet products, books, health products, and electronics. And I want to break this down. I saw a study by this Belvigi company. Kind of interesting to look and see that 68% of the men shop online and 72% of the women. So that's about the same percentage. It's a little bit higher on the women. But you'll notice that when we go through what do they buy, travel, holiday accommodations, household goods, tickets or events, those are pretty much the same. They're about the same percentage on both sides. A little bit different, but not a significant difference. We start talking about film and music. Men are going to spend more, are going to buy tickets to music, or going to buy music, or they're going to buy film more. They're also going to buy more computer technology. That's a big difference. You see 39% versus 18%. And also over here, you see there's a little bit of difference. Women are more likely to buy groceries online, more likely to buy sporting goods, and about even a little bit more likely to buy books, magazines, and learning materials. So on the right-hand side, you can see that all of those are things that women tend to be more likely to buy than men. And on the other side, you can see men. So that just shows you some of the things that people buy online. Okay, let's talk about politics now, because politics has become a huge part of the internet, as we all know. Okay, so social networking sites are standard now in political campaigns. Okay, by that I mean places like Facebook, LinkedIn, and those kind of places. They are standard for people politicking to put ads on. We have misinformation campaigns, and a lot of those campaigns that are put on Facebook or X or whatever are misinformation campaigns. Okay, now social media. We can see all the good things that social media does. We'll talk about that in this week later on. Social media may enhance polarization. Now, what I mean by that is that if you live, let's say you live in a small town in Kentucky and you have a certain political view and nobody around you agrees with you, but you go online, you find all kinds of people who agree with you. It's what we call an echo chamber. An echo chamber is when you go online and you hang out with people online who believe the same way you do. A lot of people talk about the cult of President Trump's followers, that they hang out with other Magnum members, and so there's an echo chamber. Same thing can be said of the extreme left or the extreme right in politics. People tend to hang out with people that agree with them, and those are echo chambers. And so that increases the polarization, which is one of the really damaging effects that we've noticed with social media, that it can do that. And so there's always claims that you can manipulate votes through hacking. You break into the systems and change the votes. Again, a lot of people feel that happens, and the evidence shows that doesn't happen too much, but it does happen sometimes. And you can often start a protest by going online and creating your own position, and then expanding that and getting more and more people to follow you. And then those might lead to what they call crowdsources, which is bringing people that you contact online into face-to-face situations. That's a very common thing to do to create a real quick crowd. So that's into politics. Okay. So we'll call an end to our discussion of the internet, and we'll move on from here.